started with the videos this week. So everything that I'm gonna show you is probably gonna be from the first half. Is gonna be for the first 18 minutes, like we talked about in practice. So, and actually we had a pretty decent first half. So let's start with the videos. So the good thing is, most of the clips are long, so that means that we did better, right? So good job. So we got the first clip in here. They're all mixed up, so they're not in order. So don't worry about it. We're just watching them right now. So Natalie has the ball, plays it to Emily. Emily to Caroline. Caroline opens up. She cuts it back, plays it to Emily. Emily opens up. She dribbles. Boom. Hits Emmy. Emmy to Mari. Mari opens up, facing the whole field. She takes a little touch, plays it to Veronica. Good pass. Veronica starts dribbling. She sees the gap, plays a nice ball through Ali. Ali goes on in a 1v1. She cuts it in, back to Lilia. Lilia takes a player on. She tries to get a pass in it. Couldn't get the pass connected in that one. Mel shoots or crosses it, and it goes to the corner. Okay, so now let's go back to that play to make sure that I can get it again. Okay, so we're right here. So the sequence was actually pretty good, right? It was a decent sequence. It was a decent sequence, right? So the one thing that I want you to keep in mind here, it's first what we talked about in practice, right? The shape and how we're moving the ball, right? So now defensively, we win the ball. It's a mess right now, right? But let's see our shape right now. Natalie's trying to defend that ball. We have Caroline, Emily, Emmy, Mari, Natalie, Lilia. Notice that I have my reverse triangle here. My attacking mid triangle here with Mari, Natalie, and Lilia, right? Veronica's over here, overtaking the striker's position, and that's fine, right? Because the ball's on the side. Right now, I have my middle third line and my defensive third defending. So this is good from Natalie, right? So notice that Caroline's gonna step and Natalie's gonna cover Natalie. Natalie's gonna cover Caroline. So we're in a good position right now. So notice that this girl is open up facing this girl over here. She's about to pass the ball, and now Lily's ready to go pressure. In this one, it could be Lily or Natalie, but since Natalie is deeper, I want Lily pressuring that ball, right? So now Mari in this one, she has to be alert. She has to be shifting in a little bit more here to get a good defensive shape, right? The two men over underneath Lydia, right? So as that happens, okay, Mari's shifting in, okay, but I need Mari instead of shifting in that way, I need it right here. So just in case, right? Or in case that this ball goes this way, Mari can step, right? Or Mel can go in. Let's see. Okay, that's great, right? So Lilia gets beat, but Natalie, because she's underneath, she recovers, right? So this is the defensive play, and I want you to see how working together in positioning wise defensively works. Natalie gets a ball. Now she hits Emily, which is great, right? So now she's facing. What's great about this play is that we winning the ball, and instead of trying to turn into pressure, make a play, she's playing the way she's facing to Emily, right? So now as Emily is getting play, now Caroline has to be active enough to separate herself, same with Emmy, right? Creating the gaps already. As soon as we win the ball, we gotta spread the field out so that my guys can have enough option, right? So now Emily takes a touch into the space and plays Caroline with no pressure, right? So in this one, it's good, right? So Caroline in that one, yes, we could have gone to Ali, we could have gone to Veronica, we could have gone to Lilia, whatever. But it's not the time. Why? Because we just won the ball. They're pressuring high. We gotta settle, right? Which is good. Like, so she controls the ball. She acts that she's gonna go that way. They start shifting. Actually, 1, 2, 3 start shifting, including the one that's pressuring 4. And now look, she turns. Now Emily has no pressure. Emmy has no pressure. Mari has no pressure. Mel in this one, she should have been backing out already, right? So this is not good enough for my winger, right? She should have been backing out already. So now we win the ball, and now it's our time to move it. So now in this situation, ideally, what I want Emily doing is, can we hit Mari? Can we hit Emmy? Right? So let's see what we do. There you go, perfect. Just she's dribbling that way, and she hits Emmy, right? That's great, right? Because the moment she hits Emmy, now this guy is gonna be out of the play because she's gonna chase Emmy. This guy is out of the play because she's chasing Emily. So now Emmy will find Mari with even more time and space. So this is great, right? Now let's see how quickly Emmy can find Mari. 1 touch, 2 touch, that's great, right? So now Mari turns, face the whole field. She has enough space that she can go 1v1, cuts it in. That's great. So now look, this is important what we're seeing here right now. Ali on the wing over here. Ali all the way out, touching the line. I need Mel in this, touching the line too. So now lazy from Mel, right? Position is not good enough. So we got Mari. Veronica Deepa, and we have Natalie. So in this case, based on what she's facing, I need now Mari the striker and Lilia start pushing up a little bit more because the ball is going to go to Veronica, right? So this is a great find by Mari on three touches, right? Finds Veronica, Veronica turns, and now notice that we did something great. Caroline had the ball, she plays it to Emily, we switched the ball one time, we switch it again. Now as Veronica gets it, instead of going back to where Mari is, we go into the space in between the center backs, actually center back and outside back, into Ali, right? Which is a great find for Veronica, right? During that, Veronica plays that ball, and look at the position we are right now, which is great. Now we're on a 4v4. Ali cuts it in, back to Lilia, which is great because they backed up. That's the best pass we can make. Instead of playing it forward, because they all backed up, that's the best pass we can make. In that one, I want Lilia in a 1v1 and finishing, right? Whether that's Lilia, Mari, Mel, Ali, or Veronica in this case, whenever you get that ball at the top of the box and you're in a 1v1 situation, take a touch and finish, right? So let me see. So she takes the player on, which is great, right? And now as she finds the gap, can we finish, right? If not, I need either Mari making this run over here towards the PK spot and Mel's making a good run forward, right? That way Lilia has the pass in between or the pass back, right? Like Ali did with Lilia, right? So in that case, the only thing that I would think about in that one, apart from the defensive shape that we did, is that, right, can we have Mari at an angle and that pass from Lilia? Not good enough. He either has to be back at an angle or in between the defenders to Mel, right? Anyways, and that's the play. So that's not bad. That's actually a decent play. And we did some great things in that one, right from the defensive side to the middle third. Let's just move on now to the next clip, right? So the next clip, let's watch it. I think they're long clips. So the longer the better, right? That means that you guys did a decent job, right? If the clip is long, it means that you guys did good. And we actually did we had a decent first half, right? Look at this one is very good, right? So Emily, we got a free kick, and I want you to see what Emily did. So now in that one, the team was pressuring. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues. So 3, 6, 7 blues in here, right? That means that we have all the space in the front, on front, right? But I don't want Emily sending a long ball. I want you to see what she does, right? Which is great. She gets the ball, and look at their backing up. You see how quickly they went from 7 in the defensive third, in our defensive third, to now 7 in the middle third. So because of that, look at the read now. Everybody's backing up. You see how they're all backing up? Emily right now, she's watching all that happening. And now let's see if she kicks the ball or she plays it short. Look at what's happening, right? Emily's about to make her decision. So let's see if she makes a good decision. And great decision. Why? Everybody backed up. Now there's only one guy really pressuring. This guy is 15 yards, 10 yards away from Emmy. So there's no way this 2v1 situation here is gonna be bad for us, right? So in this one, Emmy plays it back to Emily, and now watch how the defenders are barely moving. Emily just switching the ball, and now they start shifting to one side. In that one, Caroline dribbles into the space, which is great, dragging him to one side, and as she cuts it back, okay, she plays it to Ali. Ali in that one plays a deeper pass to Lilia. Lilia controls the ball. And then we go out to Mel. Okay, so now you guys can see here the breakdown, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, we're gonna talk about defensive shape, and then what we do after. Right, Buddy wins the ball, plays it to Emily. Emily's getting the ball, getting open to Caroline. Caroline controls the ball, back to Emmy, which is not bad decision. And Emmy goes deeper to Mari. Mari takes a deeper, she turns, which is good. Opens it up to the winger, which is good. Winger with space. Now we're attacking 4v4. And Lilia give and go with Ali, which is great. Can we get a shot of that? Ali gets a shot. I'll take it. Okay, so now let's go back quick to the play. So now there's good things like we mentioned before, and there's bad things, right? The good things already is the decision that Emily's making by everybody backing off. She plays it short. Now we drag the pressure. Now here, I want you to pay attention. Right now, Emily has no pressure yet, right? And she's switching it to Caroline, which is in a great spot, right? All the way out, right? That ball has to reach Caroline with pace so we can move them, right? That's great. We reach the ball, we play to Caroline. And now Caroline, look at the amount of space. Look at the amount of space that Caroline has now to move forward. So in that one, I want Caroline moving forward as fast as she can. Look, she's going way too slow, right, for the amount of pressure that we have. So now in that one, we brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues into the right side of the field. right? So this, look, it's only one. Mel over here, she should be getting white again. My wingers, you gotta be white, right? Then we get it. Caroline acts like she's gonna play to Emily, which is great. Look how that girl bites. She's not really pressuring Caroline, she's pressuring the space. Caroline understands that really well. She crows it. Now, the one thing that I would say here, Caroline plays it to Ali, which is not a bad decision, but this girl, she's already marking that pass, right? Now, in this one, ideally I wanna find Natalie, so Natalie can find Emily now on the other side with this amount of space, right? That's the first thing that I would say that I could be picky about, right? In this play, you're gonna see how throughout the videos we miss this pass, right? My outside backs miss this pass. Like the video before, notice that when we switch the ball, Amy found Maddie in the middle, and Maddie could turn and play Veronica. In this one, if we would have found Natalie, Natalie could have turned, play Maddie over here, right? Or Natalie could have played Emily, Emily could have found Maddie in the deeper pass, right? So ideally, I want Emily telling Caroline, can we play Natalie, right? So Natalie can find Emily. Emily's telling Caroline, can we play Natalie? So that because she's wide open, nobody's pressuring Emily, and I want Emily on the ball on this one, right? So can we get it to Emily, or if Natalie has enough space, can she turn and get it to Maddie over here on the other side of the field? Because look how many players they had committed to the right side of the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players committed to the right side of the field, meaning that there's 1, 2, 3 on the other side of the field, right? So let's see. There you go. So we find Ali. Ali, great touch to open up, and she cuts it in, letting the pressure pass. And now Ali has Natalie again, and she has deeper pass. I think this is Veronica and Lilia, right? So now the other team already broke down. If we only moved the ball once, and they already broke down, right? So now Lilia gets the ball. And this is great, right? Lilia controls the ball, she spins out of them, which is great. I want my players, if they have the confidence and the time to do that, can we spin out of them? But now this is the mistake we make, right? And you're gonna see it in the goal. In the goal, we did a good job, and we did it throughout some videos, some clips, a great job. Look at Maddie's pointing to Lilia. Can we play it to Maddie, right? And Lilia over here, she decides to play to Mel. Now, the bad decision about this is that, yeah, she can see this, right? I like that Lilia's trying that big ball over here to Mel, but we need the advantage. Even if Mel gets the ball, look, it's a 2v1 situation, and look, Maddie's already pointing, can we switch it, right? Which is great, and I know I heard Maddie. So now in this one, Lilia, can we go from Lilia or Veronica or Natalie or Ali when we find ourselves in that position after we made the switch? I need Emily yelling too, I need Natalie yelling too, I need Ali yelling too, so they'll be all on the same page, right? Can we hit Maddie? Look where Maddie is in the space, and now Mel, she should be getting wide again to gain more space in between them, right? So instead, we send a long ball, right? Which is not bad. It would have been a good look because of how high the line is. But again, right, this 3v4 situation, can I have Maddie here? And if they don't adjust quick enough, we play an easier ball to Mel, right? That one, okay, so now we get that ball. It is what it is. Now let's see our defensive shape. Now in this situation, I have now Lilia has to make the effort. Now Natalie has to make the effort, right? So now Natalie in this one, look where Maddie is. Maddie, I want you shifting it a little more to your left, and Natalie, I want you here, right? I want you here, just in case that ball goes through, you can step. Emily, now look at this one player in between my 3 defenders. I need one of you 3 marking that player. So now Emily in this one, I want you getting closer to this player right over here, and I want Caroline and Emmy pinching in behind you, right? Because in this one, it's a 3v1. So I want one of you 3s on the striker's back. That way, if the ball goes through them, you're already there, right? So now watch what happens. The ball is going to go to her, right? And look, she has no man on. I need one man on that single striker. You guys cannot be that far back from the striker, that defensive position. Now she gets the ball. She makes a good thing. She makes a bad pass. She doesn't realize that she has all the space because she got to turn, and now she got to play a ball through in between you guys, or take it herself and make you decide, right? So in this one, this is our mistake, right? Emily has to step, and you two gotta stick behind, or Caroline has to step, and you two have to stick behind, right? So now in this one, I need my center back either leading or telling, right? But that cannot happen. This striker cannot receive by themselves. So in that one, good thing, Maddie wins the ball. And now another great thing, right? Maddie's winning the ball. She had time and space, but she's playing it the way she's facing, which is great, right? In this one, if she plays it to Emily, I want Emily turning, playing it to Grace, and we're resetting it because of the pressure, right? Or bad decision that Maddie could make. Can we play it to Emmy, which is the one that has no pressure, right? But in that one, look, she plays it to Emily. Emily has time and space. I want Emily in that one. What do? Okay, that's great, right? The defender was far enough that she could think. Let's see what we do. Okay, perfect, right? She goes back to Caroline because of the pressure. It wasn't a problem for her. Now, in here, again, I need Caroline. If Emily has no pressure, you see how Emily's backing up. Caroline, in this one, I need you backing up this way, right? Emily doesn't need you there anymore. Now we gain possession. Now I need Mel touching the line over here. Caroline getting wider. Ali touching the line again, right? There you go. Ali's backing up. You notice how Ali's backing up. Mel barely backs up. I want you over here, Mel. And then look, Caroline is wide open, but I want Caroline not receiving here. I want Caroline receiving here, right? Okay, so we get Caroline. Um, Caroline back to Emily. Actually, Emily in this case, right? Emily controls the ball, finds a deeper pass, which I'll take. Maddie turns in between instead of playing it to Natalie. If you can turn and make that play, I'll take it, right? So then we go on 4v4 situation. Ali gonna give and go with Lilia. Not bad. Ali cuts it in. She takes a shot. And that, we could have done a lot of things, right? I take the shot. You know what? You guys are strikers, wingers. You guys are offensive players. I'll take the shot. Again, I want you to see the passes that we have. We have the diagonal pass backwards and the diagonal pass in between forward, right? So that those options should always be there, right? Whether you get them or not, I want them there. So I want the shot, the pass back, or the pass through, right? Which is good. I had those options. She takes that option she wants. I'll take it, right? Okay, so that's good for those two videos, right? We talk about defensive shape and some good patterns that we created and what we could have done better.